morning, Mark Soderberg with ADM Investor Services with your morning ag outlook for Thursday, May the 16th. Prices were mixed overnight, with wheat being the upside price leader, all three classes currently sitting on double-digit gains. Soybean complex is mixed, with beans and oil slightly higher, while meal is slightly lower. Corn is sitting on 1 to 2 cent gains in two-sided trade. We do get export sales along with an updated U.S. drought monitor later this morning. Yesterday, we saw very weak crush data from NOPA at midday, and that continues to weigh on the soy complex. NOPA members crushed only 166 million bushels in April. That was down 15.5% from a record amount crushed in March at 196.5. It was also well below expectations. Implied crush for the industry at 174 million bushels would bring year-to-date crush to 1.547 billion. While that's still up 3.5% from a year ago, the USDA forecast is at up 4%. So crush over the last 4 months of the marketing year would need to reach a record 753 million bushels, up 5% over a year ago, in order to reach the current USDA crush projection of 2.3 billion. Perhaps a silver lining in this lower crush number is the fact that soybean oil stocks did drop to 1.755 billion pounds, down 5% for the month, and also well below expectations. Day 2 of the Kansas wheat crop tour did wrap up yesterday. Been pretty consistent with what the crop conditions have been telling us. The crop is in much better shape than a year ago. However, there have been some trouble spots as well. Average yields from day 2 at 42.4 bushels an acre were below day 1, which came in just below 50 bushels per acre. At the conclusion of today's tour, the participants will release their final yield estimates. The USDA is forecasting an average yield for Kansas at 38 bushels an acre. That's above last year's at only 35. However, still that's well below the 10-year average of 42.9. Scattered but frequent rain activity this week has likely limited planting operations through much of the U.S. Best progress likely made in the northern Midwest and the far western Corn Belt. Some scattered showers are moving across the northern Midwest this morning, but the heaviest activity continues to be along the U.S. Gulf Coast. Heavy rains are expected to return to the Midwest into the early into the middle part of next week. So slower than normal plantings here in the U.S., production uncertainty in Brazil, too wet in the south, threatening the remaining soybean crop, too dry in the central regions, not favorable for finishing off their second corn crop. While late frosts have taken a toll on Russia's wheat crop. So I think all these will combine to keep prices supported until we know a little bit more about the U.S. summer growing season. I still got a 505 target for new crop December corn. We'll see if July wheat in Chicago can reload and make another push towards that $7 level, which would be a 9-month high, $7.10 for Kansas City. Nove beans, bean complex as a whole, I think will continue to be kind of the laggard here. Nove beans consolidating very near the $12 level. So we'll monitor the export sales and weather moving forward. Thank you for listening, everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful day.